Oh, Kellen, it's been a whole week since
Yeah.
the last time we've spoken.
Yeah. How has your week been?
It's been it's been pretty peaceful actually for the most part. Kids
Yeah,
in school, at
that's
least part
good.
of the day, so it's
Yeah.
peaceful.
It's been really great weather here in Chicago. It's
Probably
really
better than
nice.
you.
Yeah.
It's been like rainy here a lot
Oh,
this week,
rainy,
which
cold.
at least it got rid of the snow for the most part. It was sort of
That's good.
slush for a while, but
Oh, nobody wants slushy snow. That's the
right?
worst. Yeah,
Now it's mostly gone, so it's not too bad.
that's good.
But there's so much stuff to talk about this week.
Yeah. What do you got for me, Brad? Bradley?
So
Bradenton?
many. Bradley, am I in trouble, Kellen? What did I
Bradley?
do? What did I do to you that you're calling me
Bradley.
Bradley? If you start using my middle name, I'm going to assume that I'm in trouble. Let's see.
I
What
don't
should
know
I
your middle
ask
name.
first? Oh, here we go. Just a nice, easy, simple one to get the night started. Which meal is your favorite? Breakfast, lunch, or dinner?
Probably dinner because usually skip breakfast and lunch. So I'm going to go with dinner.
Wow. Breakfast. You
So,
skip breakfast and
oh,
lunch.
a lot of times, yeah. I was doing like that intermittent fasting for a while, and it was easy because I normally would skip those meals anyways. So, but I'm not a breakfast person. I can do lunch, but breakfast, I am not a breakfast person. Makes me nauseated. Can't do it.
That's crazy. See, breakfast is the best. If I could eat breakfast for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, I
Yeah.
would probably
Well, I
do
like
that.
breakfast food. I'll eat breakfast food for dinner, no problem. Just don't
Okay,
want it in
sure.
the
Okay,
morning.
that's fine then. Yeah,
Yeah.
breakfast food is the thing. It doesn't really matter when
Yeah.
you eat it.
Yeah. Anytime.
Like waffles and eggs and stuff. Yeah,
Bacon. Lots of
bacon.
bacon. It's
I'm essentially
delicious.
Leslie Knope, I think, from Parks and Rec. Just breakfast all the time.
Yeah, that's good. I just want
Skipping
bacon.
breakfast and lunch. How are you? Like, we're basically the same size. I don't understand how that would function calorie
I
wise. How big is your dinner?
I eat a huge amount of food.
I know
I can eat
we're
more
both
than
about
anybody
six
else,
three
probably.
and roughly the
Definitely.
same sort of shape.
I'm a snacker. I'll snack a
Sure.
lot.
Okay, that
So,
makes
but
sense.
meal-wise, just dinner.
See, I don't know what BJ is talking about here. The difference from what, BJ? This is a perfectly normal stream, just like we
Yeah,
do every week. I've been telling everyone that it's going to be a totally normal average stream. I don't
super
know what the
normal.
confusion is. I haven't shaved clearly. I don't
Yeah.
know. My shirt is falling apart. I don't know what
Oh,
happened there, but
you got a hole.
yeah.
That's just a little breeze when your neck gets a little cold or a
Sure.
you just need a little breeze on your neck. I mean, I
Yeah.
just undo a few buttons like I'm
Sure.
making a
Yeah.
TikTok over here.
Right.
My thirst
All
traps.
those overall thirst traps that you've been doing
Yeah,
lately.
they're the best.
They're pretty. I mean, they're pretty fun. I will admit, some of them a little conflicting, mentally. But
Mm,
hey,
it's when you're
I'm
attracted to
not
your
one to
friends,
judge.
it's difficult, you know?
I'm not one
I
to
mean,
judge. So what do you have for me, Kellen? I know you've been itching to ask me some questions.
I have no questions for you, Brad.
No questions. Fine.
I have
I'll
no questions. I'm just here to poke you. I don't know, and like
sure.
make fun of you and, you know, drink with you and laugh with you
Excellent.
and make you more and more attracted to me as my friend that
Sure.
you maybe
Wonderful.
want to have
Great.
sex with.
We are both married. Little awkward. Also, I'm
Doesn't
pretty
have to
sure
be awkward.
I'm straight. I'm pretty sure you're straight. But I
I'm
mean, hey,
straight, but we can play.
whatever. That's fine. Whatever.
Yeah,
I'll talk to the wife. I guess we can work something out.
it's always
Let's
arrangements.
see. Oh, here's a fun one. I know we sort of mentioned it briefly. I can't remember if it was last week or the week before, talking about lucid dreaming.
Yeah, we did. I know you do lucid dreaming.
I do. I trained myself. I can't remember what the hell the name of the book was years ago, but I read a book about it. And then I trained myself every time I go through a doorway to just look at my hand really quickly to
No,
see if it looks weird.
you do that in real life. You
In
go
real
through a
life,
doorway.
every doorway
Okay,
that I go through, I just
you look at your hand.
just look at my hand, just like glance at it. It does not like intrusive, like time consuming thing. And just glance at my hand just to see if it looks a little weird. Then I'll take a little bit more time to see if I'm in a dream and see if I can become lucid. And it
So
sort of builds up the pattern. So I do that in my dream too. And usually
yeah,
your hands will look a little weird, or something will feel off when you're looking at your hands, a lot of the time, at least in dreams,
yeah,
or at least it does for me. So it sort of kicks in lucidity, and then I can have
that's
a fun
weird.
lucid
So
dream.
it's just a habit.
Yeah,
You've
you got to
developed
build
a
a
habit
habit like while
so
you're
much,
awake.
so much that even in a dream, that's your
Yeah,
habit.
yeah.
See, I do things like in real life all the time that are just habits, but I've never done them in a dream. Like, what if you're in a dream and you're not walking through a door though, and you're outside?
Well, eventually you'll get to a doorway, or you just won't go lucid in that one.
Do you
Another
do you
fun one is
manifest a door and walk
I
through
don't think I've ever done
in a
that.
field?
But another one is like if you have to go to the bathroom and the bathroom is occupied, look at your hand. Because often in dreams, people have trouble finding a bathroom, like if they have to pee, right?
I have
It's a consistent
never
thing.
had
I
a
don't know if you do.
dream that I needed to pee and I'm looking for a bathroom. That has never happened.
Interesting. Happens to
I
me.
can't even
Not
remember a dream that I'm walking through a door. Like, I feel like I'm always
do
in
you
the middle of
dream?
action. I have
Do you
very
have
violent dreams, honestly.
violent
Very
dreams?
violent, bad dreams all the time. So usually I'm a family member's dead or somebody's missing or a Chinese man's trying to kill me. I don't know why. But those are my kind of dreams. So
So
I
you
don't
just need a top to spin,
I don't know.
Inception style.
Yeah. I have like the sleep paralysis problem where I am like half awake, half asleep,
Right.
and I just can't move. And that's a really weird, weird sensation.
I get that
I don't
sometimes. Yeah.
I don't do you see a sleep demon?
I don't. I just sort of feel a pressure and I can't seem to
Yeah.
move for a few seconds.
Yeah,
Usually
I've
fades pretty
never
quick.
seen one. Yeah, I've never seen a sleep demon either, but I know people have. I've never
Oh,
seen
really?
one, but I feel like I can't move and I can't do anything, but it's always when I've taken a nap during the day, and it's always that I'm awake, and sometimes I will feel sometimes I will
Maybe
feel
you're dreaming right now.
perhaps this is I'm in my own personal nightmare is what's happening.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sleep paralysis is super weird. It happens to me sort of more often if I've been lucid dreaming, really.
Really?
If I like wake myself up from the lucid dream accidentally,
Yeah. Well,
because
I
you're going
heard
like straight from like basically conscious
yeah,
to actually conscious, like without the middle steps. And it takes a few
yeah,
seconds for your body to kind of reset.
to catch up.
Yeah.
Well, I heard that I was reading about it and that lucid dreams and sleep paralysis are actually both in an in-between state of wake and sleep, that they believe the lucid is the same thing. So they're not exactly sure how much is really your unconscious mind thinking in the lucid dream and maybe more of you kind of awake and thinking it, you know?
Right.
So it could be that it's just happens at the same time. And they also said that the lucid dreams and the sleep paralysis dreams are due to stress and sleep deprivation. So if you lucid dream a lot, maybe it's causing you to not feel like fully rested, and now you're sleep
Maybe. It
paralysis.
probably isn't as restful as actual
Yeah,
sleep, right? Because your brain is a lot more active and like different
yeah,
parts of your brain are active. But
yeah.
I only lucid dream probably maybe once or twice a month on
Really?
average.
I am like, I have never lucid dream. I am always just like, I'm totally in the dream. It's like happening. The horrible thing is happening to me and I want out. But usually I come to a point where it's like something is so horrible and I can't accept it that I'm like, this must be a dream. This can't be real. And it actually will just like jolt me awake out of it. Like I will like jump awake. So that's like
Right.
my saving, I save myself, I guess, out of those dreams.
Well, if you want to try to start having some lucid dreams, I'm
I
telling you,
do want to.
every time you go through a door, any sort of repetitive task that you
Yeah.
ever remember, like in a dream, like try to think of different dreams you have and anything that happens multiple times. Like just
When
figure out something you can do while you're awake.
every time the Chinese man is chasing me, what can
Sure.
I do? I need to do something. I
I
don't
don't
know.
know.
That's a
Another
weird
one
one.
is like checking your watch. Like you
Oh,
set your watch alarm, to every like 45 minutes or some weird amount of time, and you
oh
just
yeah.
check your watch. And you have that same, like, you have your watch like vibrate or something every
Sensation.
45
Yeah.
minutes. So even when you're sleeping, if you feel that little bit of vibration, you
And
might check your wrist in the dream, and numbers and letters and things tend to look weird in dreams, so it can jolt
It
you.
doesn't wake you up knowing that you're in the loop, like
It
you are in the
can
dream.
sometimes. There's
Yeah.
like sort of a middle ground where you're kind of becoming lucid, where you are very likely to wake up.
Yeah.
But if you like spin around really fast in the dream, a lot of times it'll like keep you centered. There's different tricks like that to try to just sit on the ground and like try to be as present in the dream as possible. Like feel all of the materials. Like if there's a table or a chair or something, like just try to feel the material and kind of focus on the dream.
Have you ever had a lucid dream, like, and you like solved a problem in your real life because you were lucid dreaming or something like that?
I don't think so.
I heard that it's good for problem solving for like real life things and for creativity and things like that.
I've heard it's very good for creativity, and like a lot of like songwriters and script writers and stuff to
Yeah.
lucid dream, and then like they'll wake up and scribble down all the stuff that they worked out while they were dreaming.
I'll have dreams that I'm reading a book and I'm reading a book, like, and I'm reading, but it's just nonsense. And so I don't ever really remember, but I'm literally looking at a book and reading, and I know what I'm reading, but it's just like nonsense words.
Yeah, a lot of people can't read or like even read clocks and stuff like that in their dreams. For whatever reason, I can like read signs and books and things in my dream and remember what they said.
Yeah, that's weird.
But like clocks and things with like numbers tend to be weird for me. I don't know.
Numbers are weird for me in real life. I think I'm like slightly dyslexic, I swear. I think that's my problem. See things backwards. I have problems reading signs like in normal, like not road signs, but like billboards. I'll read them in different orders. Instead of going across, for some reason, I'll go like vertical, up and down. And I read them wrong all the time. We'll be in the car and I'm reading. I'm like, that sign doesn't make any sense. I'm like, why don't I know how to read like a normal left to right?
Maybe a little dyslexic or something.
I think so. I don't know how to read.
Or you just need to learn to read, Kellen. I don't know what to tell you.
No, it's that artsy fartsy high school I went to.
Sure. Kellen, do you want to do a test?
Oh, yeah.
All right. I think this will be a fun one. If this will load.
While I drink more alcohol. Are you drinking?
Right now, I am not drinking. I'm drinking a Dr. Pepper.
Shocking, Dr. Pepper.
Shocking. I know, it's a huge shock. I should be able to share.
I'm just gonna sip some
screen.
Oh, that's gross.
I can make this a little bigger. Yeah, there we go.
This is T90. Can I make it bigger?
I don't know if you can make it bigger, but I can just read
We all want to make it bigger.
there's always that. All right, pick a city. I'm not going to tell you what this quiz is, so pick a city. You got Los Angeles, New Orleans, Seattle, Chicago, New York, and Miami.
Okay, let's go with Miami.
Miami? All right.
Welcome to Miami.
What is your favorite season? Spring, summer, winter, or fall?
I'll go with fall.
I mean, I'm getting conflicting reports about this.
Yeah.
What do you want for dinner? Pizza, salad, pasta, sushi, shrimp gumbo, a hot dog, a very rare steak, or chicken?
I'll go with pizza. Am I failing this? I already feel like...
Always a good choice. No, pizza is always a good choice. As long as there's no pineapple on it, Kellen.
No, I don't.
We don't want to start that fight again.
I don't need a sweet with a savory. I don't like that.
You're changing your tune now. I like this. Oh. Okay, I'm on board with this. How would you kill your victims? That might be a hint about what this quiz is about.
Hmm.
Strangling, bludgeoning, stabbing, or shooting?
I think a nice stabbing would feel good. If
A
someone pissed you
nice,
off enough, you
just a
wanna
nice stabbing.
yeah.
All right. Pick a college major. Pre-law, music, business, religious studies, gender and sexuality studies, history, or political science?
I'll go with history.
History. Such a nerd.
Nerd alert.
What's your best quality? Intelligence, charming personality, passion, leadership skills, or free spirit?
Oh. Hmm. I'll say charming personality.
I believe that. Very charming. You just won the lottery. What are you going to do with the money? Pay off your student loans?
That's
Go
not
on a
fun.
dream vacation? Buy a lavish new home? Share it with your friends? Buy a new car? Invest it? Or live off of it for the rest of your life?
I honestly, I would share it. That's
Share it. Very generous.
yeah.
I know who I'm going to call if I ever find out that you win the lottery. Pick a decade. Kind of vague sort of question. But 80s, 60s, 90s, 1830s, or the 70s?
1830s, really? Why is that like? Why is it not 1880s? Why is it 1830s?
I don't know.
What occurred in the 1830s? Hmm.
Pick a decade. What's your favorite decade of these
They all
five
suck.
weird
I don't
choices?
know. Let's just go with 1830s just to throw off this
1830s, okay.
quiz. See what's going on.
If you were arrested for murder, you would plead not guilty, but eventually confess, plead guilty, but try to get an insanity defense, flee the country and risk greater punishment, plead guilty, but claim self-defense, plead not guilty by reason of insanity, plead not guilty, or plead guilty.
Not guilty, definitely.
Not guilty? Okay.
Just hold your lip closed.
If you killed someone, what would you do with the body?
Oh,
Dump it far from your home? Cut it up and hide the pieces in your house? Hide it in your home? Or leave it at the crime scene?
what was the first one?
Dump it far from your home.
Yeah, let's go with that one. Dump it far from home.
Okay. You don't
And
want to
everybody,
keep it at home. That's crazy.
hell no, that's incriminating.
Right. Turns out the famous serial killer that you would be
Oh,
is Delphine LaLaurie.
LaLaurie.
Yeah, New Orleans socialite who tortured and killed a bunch of people in the 1800s.
Oh, is this what that American Horror Story was based off of? Was it her?
I have no idea.
I don't know either.
Yeah, okay. So Delphine was portrayed by Kathy Bates on
Okay.
American Horror Story. So yes,
I
apparently.
can't read that
I
because
haven't
it's
watched.
too
I
tiny
haven't
on my
watched that
screen.
show. I haven't watched that show, so I don't know.
It's like torture porn. I don't like it.
Yeah.
I
think I watched like part of the first episode of the first seasons. I was like, just to see what it was like. Okay.
That one in particular, that one was in New Orleans. That one to me was particularly like with her scenes was like too much torture for me. I can't take that. I can't take in particular like anything with whipping with whips. I don't know why. And especially if there's like it's a movie about slavery or like a black person being like abused in some kind of slavery movie, I cannot watch them. I cannot stand it. It's like
Yeah, it's pretty
grinds me like
uncomfortable.
something else. It's just so horrible. I can't. That's like my one thing I can't. That and like maybe a dog being tortured or something or a cat, and that's like I can't take it. So I draw lines, even though I like horror stuff.
Yeah, I'm not huge into horror stuff usually. I don't like mind it necessarily. I've seen a bunch of them, but I don't chase it.
Well, they've become all torture porn, is what they've all become.
I like it when it's more like psychological.
Yeah.
And not just gross for the sake of being gross.
Stupid, funny, like Freddy Krueger, where he's like
like comedy horror. It can
it's
be
like
definitely
comedy horror
fun because they like lean into like how silly
that's why
the gross out stuff is, like to the point of where it's just comedy.
Yeah, exactly. That's why we love Freddy. I always just think of his tongue coming out of the phone. I'm like, Just the ridiculous things like that. Like,
Yeah, very silly.
who thought of that? God. I was like 5 years old when I watched that first.
Oh, jeez.
My parents let me watch all kinds of horrible things. There was like no filter at home. Like if it was a sex scene, no. But if it was like people getting mutilated, that's okay. Go ahead,
It's
go watch that.
priorities.
Hmm. And I'm perfectly normal now. So,
Perfectly normal, well-adjusted adult.
yeah, I mean, look at me. I'm a normal person right here.
Exactly. Totally normal.
Exactly.
Let's see, what other kind of questions do I have?
I'm ill prepared.
Well,
I like being
that's
ill
okay.
prepared.
I know you were supposed to be on vacation today, so I
Yeah.
didn't expect you necessarily to have a bunch of questions prepared.
Came
That's
back
fine.
just for this.
All right. Would you rather have a photographic memory or be amazing at one thing but so-so at everything else?
Oh, I'd like to be amazing at one thing.
Oh yeah, what's the one thing that you would be amazing at?
Hmm. Whatever pays, I don't know, what could pay me a lot of money. As a man, I don't know, I'd like to be amazing at something like basketball. And then,
Sure.
you get your contract and your Nike deals and all that stuff.
Sure. I mean, at 6'3", I mean, you're kind of
I
average-ish.
can be a point guard.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
basketball, you could pull that off. If you're
Yeah.
really good at it, I mean, it's definitely within grasp
I
for
mean,
sure.
I would be the best at it.
There
So,
are plenty of shorter basketball players. They're just really good.
yeah.
So that makes sense. That tracks. I would probably go with the photographic memory just because my memory is nonsense.
Yeah.
I would very much enjoy remembering anything past a
Really?
couple of days ago. That would be real nice.
Why don't you have a good memory?
I imagine a lot of it is because of some major surgeries when I was a kid.
Oh,
Heavy
yeah.
anesthetic has been shown since then to have
Yeah.
serious memory issues from back
Does
then.
it continues to have memory issues after the surgeries? Like,
Yeah,
as an adult, if you had them as kids, you still are having those issues?
yeah,
Wow, that's amazing. So it's
yeah.
done
It's
something,
basically
like,
my
changed
long-term
your.
memory is Swiss
Yeah,
cheese. It doesn't
wow.
like store a lot of memories. I can remember some stuff, but it's very Swiss
So I
cheese.
wonder if you can't remember, like, specific things that happened, but if you remember, like, how they made you feel? Do you remember, like, things that made you feel a certain way, but you don't necessarily remember exactly, like, so you still have an
Not
imprint of it,
really,
or it's
not
just all
really.
gone?
Yeah, it's just pretty much gone. I have maybe a dozen memories from before I was 20.
Oh, wow. That's
And
crazy.
it's like it gets slightly better after that,
Yeah.
but like not a
So
lot.
is it, like, weird to see pictures of yourself then sometimes, or, like, people tell stories and you're like, "What are you talking about?"
Yeah. Or like my parents tell stories often enough that like I remember the story of what happened,
Yeah.
but even if I was there, I don't remember the actual
Oh,
event. I just remember the
yeah.
stories now,
That's
which makes it
crazy.
interesting trying to separate like what was real in those stories and what was made up.
Yeah, right? That's kinda like the Mandela effect, though, like
Sort of.
people have
My
where
life
it's
is
like,
essentially just a series
yeah,
of
right?
Mandela effects.
It's somebody kinda, like, tells you that, and you believe it to be true, and now it's true to you because somebody said so.
I mean, probably Dyson. I don't think I would suggest it necessarily, but probably.
Ugh.
I'm pretty sure it's gotten a lot better in recent years, but I know years ago I had looked it up and there was like a bunch of studies done on heavy
Kids,
anesthesia from back when I was a kid, and there
God.
was like long-term
But
memory
they use
issues in it.
different drugs now or the
Enough of
same
them.
ones?
There's a bunch of different stuff now. I mean, probably some of the same ones, but they're
That's
a lot
scary.
better at most of those types of things these days. So
Yeah,
I don't know, but back 30 plus years ago was a little different.
that's scary. Scary for your parents. I bet you they were scared every time you went into surgery.
No doubt. Thankfully, most of them were like not like life-threatening things, like surgeries like on my legs and things like that. Like
Yeah, but
it
every
would
time
be
you go under
bad if
though, that's
something bad
scary.
happened, but
Yeah, it's
not
scary though.
likely to
Every
be
every
terrible.
time you go down, you're like, "Is my kid gonna come back up?"
Yeah, not a
Yeah.
fun time, I'm sure.
No, terrifying.
Let's see. Here's a good one, Kellen. What would be the title of your memoirs?
Hmm. Well, dang it. I don't know. Try to find me dressed as a woman. That would be the title. That would be
Complicated.
it. Yeah, we'll see. Still looking for that one. Any,
One of these days, I'll convince you to give up that name that
yeah.
you used back then.
I thought you were a better sleuth.
I mean, I just don't want to. I don't want to like go full stalker mode. Is the thing. I
Yeah.
could probably find out, but I would have to dig real deep, and it would be real work. You know how
Yeah.
lazy I am. I don't want
I
to deal with
know.
that.
Doing a few
Gotta
strokes with a
actually call
keyboard is too
people.
much.
If I can't just find it on the internet and I have to like start calling people and like traveling to investigate things, it's
Yeah.
a pain in the ass.
Those are the best
But
things. You
I
never know what
used to
you're
do
gonna
that,
find.
so I
You
mean,
Yeah. Well, you never know. Maybe you'll find something else that I haven't
maybe,
told you about.
maybe.
Yeah.
So some kind of a double life. Kellen, are you leading a double life?
I don't know, Bradley. You'll have to find out yourself.
Okay. Keep calling me Bradley. It's making me very nervous. Did I do something to you? Am I in trouble?
Not yet.
Not yet. Okay. All right. Let's see. Oh, have you ever had a side hustle? I know you've done some like
Oh.
acting in like short films and stuff, but like, have you ever had like a serious side hustle that you did for extra money?
Well, there was those days where I was dressing as a woman and hanging on the side of the street, but we won't talk about that.
Sure. Sure. Listen, no
No, that
judgments,
was a side
Kellen.
hustle.
No
Yeah.
judgments.
And you got to pay for acting lessons somehow.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You're not going to get a judgment from me out of something like that.
That's how I roll.
It's fair.
I mean, yeah. Tough times.
I definitely helped run the back end of several somewhat
The
disturbing
back end.
websites back in the day
Okay. Okay. The
for
dark
extra
web.
money. No, no. It was like managing the server side of things when it was a
Oh,
lot harder to just like roll up a Squarespace website. You
okay.
actually had to like do some server nonsense for websites.
I don't know anything about server nonsense.
It's a pain in the ass. I'm glad I don't do it anymore.
Yeah. Was it good money to do?
It was all right. It was all right. I mean, I was a teenager, so I mean, it was pretty
Oh.
good for
So how did
me
you
to
become good at like things like that as a teenager?
not having a social life
Oh,
helped a lot.
I see.
Just playing with
Yeah.
computers and reading manuals and stuff. I
That's
was
cool.
the town kid that would reprogram everyone's satellite dishes so that they could get free satellite
That's
channels and
awesome.
stuff like that. It was a good time.
So I know you worked and you retired early. Did you go to college for something, or is this like that you already knew how to do things and that's
I have, in fact, been to college 3 times for 3 separate things, none of which I've
oh,
finished and none of which are any relevant to the job I ended up doing.
wow.
I'm very
Because
bad at picking schools.
college is kind of useless, I think. I feel.
Really, in a lot of
I
ways, it was.
Yeah.
I was just drunk the whole time, so that's probably a large part of the problem.
Well, that was probably a fun time though.
Wasn't I mean the parts that I remember were great.
That you can remember.
Yeah, my memory is bad, and I was drunk a
Is
lot,
And I was
so
gonna
there's
say,
not
was
a
that the
ton of
alcohol?
memories. There's not
You're
a
not
ton
doing
of memories.
yourself favors. So you're gonna
No,
blame it on your
really not.
childhood stuff, but it was really
I
the 3
mean,
times in college.
it's a little bit of column A, a little bit of column B. I think is probably the situation. Speaking of that kind of thing, what did you want to be when you grew up as a kid? Thinking like astronaut, Kellen the
Um,
astronaut.
well, I mean, I was gonna be a drummer in a band. Thought that was gonna happen.
You
That
could still
didn't.
do that.
I could, yeah, but no. Yeah, just drummer, band drummer, you know, an actor, fun things like that, but I don't know. What about you?
I wanted to be retired.
Oh, wow, look at you, you got your
I know,
wish.
right?
That is
Like
amazing.
I think it was grade 2 or 3 or whatever. I spent the summer at my grandparents' house. They were both retired at the time. And it was a lot of fun. And that seemed like the way to be. It was the only adults that seemed like they were having a good time that I'd ever spent any real time with. So
Is
then I
that
wanted to
really
just
like,
be
is that
retired.
something you focus on? Like, I want to retire early, like as you were like a
I
teen,
just
like you
wanted to
always think
be
that?
retired. I
You just
didn't
wanted to be
understand at the
retired,
time like the idea that I would
but that
need
was just
like
always in your
money
head,
to
like,
do
I
that.
wanna
Yeah, I
so
wanted to be retired like my grandparents. It took me a
do
couple
you
extra years before I started to add some extra layers in the middle after I understood like the
yeah,
idea of needing money for things.
yeah. Do you
But
think,
yeah.
like, that you asked the universe for this? Like, you know that book, The Secret?
Oh
Where it's
god,
like,
yeah. Oh,
yeah,
it's the
where it's like
worst.
you
The
think of
worst.
something basically, and then it just basically comes to you.
I'm offended
So
you would even suggest that,
this
Kellen.
it
That's
feels like
terrible.
you made it happen. Like, you asked the universe
Terrible.
for retirement, and they gave it to you.
Terrible. Well, there was some intermediate steps that I had to add in,
Well,
unfortunately.
that's what it is. It's not that the universe just gives it to you. Really, it's just in your head, and so
Right. You just like do things to
you're
make
doing
it
things to
happen.
make it
And then you're
happen.
like, ha, the
Exactly.
universe gave it to me. It
Yeah.
wasn't
But
the
really,
years
you
of
were
work that I
working
put
towards
in.
it. Yeah, exactly. Because I mean, I didn't get my $1,000,000 check, and I've been thinking about that for a long time. Where
Sounds
is
like
it?
a good plan, Lauren. We got to have some whiskey.
I got rum
Rum is good too.
because I'm a pirate.
I don't have any Kraken left, unfortunately. I got to get another bottle.
I do have Kraken left. I just am giving my stomach a break on that one. Too much crack-a-lackin'.
Fair. All right, Kellen. I know you're big into music. You've got a new music related podcast that you've been doing for a few weeks
Yeah,
now.
dad rock.
So, who or what band, I guess, is your inspiration musically? Like,
I'm
who's
inspired
that
by
band or that one
it's
musician that you're like,
Blondie.
oh,
I'm inspired by
Blondie?
Blondie.
Okay,
That's what I want. That's what I want all the time. She's totally bitchy, and I love it.
pretty good.
I'm totally into it.
Solid choice.
Yeah.
That makes a lot of sense.
It does, doesn't it?
With your personality, it makes a lot
Yeah,
of sense.
yeah. That's what I'm
Explains maybe
into.
some of the thirst trap content too.
I should be making some Blondie thirst traps,
You
be using her
should.
music.
You
Yeah.
should. That'd
I'll
be
look that
good.
up on TikTok.
I'm sure there's a bunch of it. Yeah, there's got to be.
Yeah, definitely. I need some more overalls too. Get those bought
Sure.
on my wish list. Come on, people. What's y'all's problem?
Right. Yeah, I know. People sent you like what, a pair of overalls, some rompers.
Yeah.
You've been getting some things.
I have been getting lots of things. I mean, some things I can't mention on the lives. They're too
Sure.
risque.
Sure.
So, I mean, they're just sending
That's
me
what
all
the
kinds of
OnlyFans
stuff.
is going to be for. I mean, you
Yeah.
don't have a ton of content on there yet, but it's growing.
Not any that you've seen. There's some private posts that have gone out.
Oh, okay. Fair enough. I probably don't need to see those, so that's fine.
I mean, I can send them to you. There's a
Sure, if you
paywall,
want,
but I can send them to you.
it's fine. Listen,
It's
I,
50
I,
it's
I got
$50
I got money. It's fine.
$50 a post. So if you want to see them, go pay me.
Manifest rompers. Now there's an idea. Just the idea of getting rompers out into the universe, and you
Yeah,
got rompers.
that's
That's
right.
people
I
just sent
wanted
you
rompers, and
rompers.
that's what I got.
It's
So
crazy.
looky.
Just crazy.
I'm just trying my hardest to get banned off TikTok again.
Sure. I mean, you jump into one of those rompers and get in a bathtub.
Oh,
Careless
there.
Whisperer will always be there for
That's
you
a
to get
plan. I
there.
think I'm gonna have to do that. That's a plan. Some nice candlelight,
Sure.
little light in the background. That'd be
Sure.
nice.
Would be. All right, here's another just silly one. What animated character would you date if you had to choose one?
Hmm. That's a hard one. There's so many good. And I'm not oh,
Listen, no judgment zone here, Kellen. You can do whatever you want.
now I know I
There's
like to
no
watch the
judgments.
anime a lot,
Sure, sure.
but I'll go with Catwoman. The animated version of Catwoman in the Batman the Animated Series. I'll go with Catwoman.
That's a good one. You're into the tight suits,
Yeah.
like I'm
The
down for
cat
that.
play. I mean, why
Yeah,
not?
sure, that makes sense.
She can probably lick you really well. So why wouldn't you go with that?
No doubt.
I want a cat bath.
No doubt. To talk to Mitra about that. She's been doing a lot of cat content on TikTok
Yes,
recently.
she has. What's up with that?
I don't know. It's very strange, but I'm down for it. I mean, hey, why not?
Yeah.
Again, no judgments from me. It's all good.
Everybody likes pussy.
Yeah,
What
whatever.
can I say?
Already got way more followers than I have on TikTok. So.
Well,
Which, I
there's a
mean, that's not that hard, mind you.
Brad, let me tell you something.
What?
Sex sells.
You don't say. This is
Yeah.
news to me.
Yeah,
I
I
don't know.
know.
That's crazy.
Exactly.
Crazy.
Crazy.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I think I would probably go with Hello Nurse from Animaniacs.
Oh my God.
Just a hot
I
nurse,
mean,
but also she's a genius. She's
well,
not
yeah.
like a bimbo or like she's an amazing, like super high IQ astrophysicist genius nurse.
Yeah.
Great.
Everything you want.
Exactly. It'd be great. And she's used to dealing with super weird people, so it's perfect.
So win, win, win.
Exactly. Bugs Bunny dressed up as a female. Sure, why not?
Yeah. Lola. What about Lola Bunny? I have been seeing a lot of Lola thirst traps, which is just
Sure.
the weirdest thing.
It is
Like
very
actually
strange.
animated versions of her and girls dressed up as her, which is like weird and hilarious. And
That's like weird, but like I get it. The animated ones are pretty
yeah,
weird.
really weird.
It's like a strange overcorrection for them, like trying to desexify her a little bit for the new
Yeah,
movie. Like it's very strange. People are weird.
yeah,
If I've
definitely.
learned anything, Kellen, it's people are weird.
Well, that's what makes life
Yeah, it's
interesting.
fair.
Weirdos.
That is true.
And it's helping out a lot of girls for there to be a lot of weirdos. Look at all those girls on OnlyFans. They're just making lots of money because of the weirdos. It's great for them.
Sure. Why not? I
Yeah.
mean, everyone should get an OnlyFans. I mean, why not, right? It's like
Yeah.
free money. You're going to have an audience for something.
Yeah.
There's
I
always
mean,
an audience for anything you can think of.
squishing things with your feet. Who knows? I mean,
Sure.
that's
I'm
right up
sure
PJ's alley.
that already exists. I am 100%
Yeah.
sure that's got to
Yeah.
be a thing that happens. No doubt. Oh, here we go. If you had the option to never have to sleep again or never have to eat again, which would you choose?
Oh, the eating. Do I get to pick my weight if I never get to eat again? Like, can I be like, this is my set weight, and then I never have to eat again?
Yeah, let's just say, yeah, you just stay at whatever weight you're at forever.
Yeah. I would go with never have to worry about eating again. I like sleeping. I don't want to give that up.
See, I would give up sleeping so fast. Sleep is
Really?
dumb. I'm
I
not
think you'd
good
get
at it.
bored.
It's not.
I'd get bored and be like, y'all are all sleeping now. I want to sleep too
It's
and get
too
over
much
this.
to do. I would have so much more time to myself. That wouldn't be boring to me. That would be awesome.
I'd be bored. I get to that point sometimes where I'm bored and it's like, I'm so bored I want to do something, but I'm so unmotivated to do anything. And now I can't do anything. Like I'm just like existing and I'm gonna go to sleep now because I can't live my life properly. Bored and also
I could always find something else to read or something else to watch or a game to play.
I don't
Be
want to use
no
my brain
issues there.
sometimes. You just want to like mentally zone out.
You could do that as long. But just because you're not sleeping doesn't mean you can't, meditate or just zone out.
Yeah.
Yeah, sleep. I've never been great at sleeping, so I would give that up pretty quick.
Not be you do lucid dreaming. Clearly you're really great at sleeping.
A couple
That's
times a
like
month at best.
that's like I'm a sleep champ. I can control my own dreams.
Imagine having all of that time though to do actual productive things.
But you can just
So
do them in
good.
your sleep, apparently. Go read a book in
That
your sleep.
doesn't count. Yeah, well, I mean, I could invent a book and then read it in a lucid dream. I don't know how productive that would be.
And then wake up from the dream and write the book and publish it and be like, this was while I was dreaming. I'm amazing. Come buy my book so I can retire early again.
Sure. I already have like 2 books that are partially written. I don't
Oh,
need that
really?
kind of stress.
What are
Yeah.
they about?
One of them is like a sort of comedy with sort of like a Whiskey for Dummies, but like written like with all terrible advice, like for the sake of comedy.
Oh, that's cool.
And the other is a fiction, sort of like a techno thriller comedy thing that I've
That's
been
interesting.
writing on and off for more than a decade.
That's pretty cool. Do you finish those books and then start promoting them on TikTok? Come buy them. You can publish them yourself.
Maybe I'll get there at some point.
Yeah, that would be really
You'd
cool.
think during the pandemic would be a great time to finish writing
Yeah.
one of those, but it didn't happen.
Well, too busy on TikTok? Damn TikTok.
Yeah, takes up a lot of time. Not wrong. What else do we got? Let's see. Oh, I'm pretty sure I know the answer to this, but just for the sake, would you rather someone be honest and hurt your feelings or lie to protect them?
I like honesty. Always go with honesty.
Me too. I'm on board with that.
I mean, I'm always super honest with people. It pisses people off sometimes, but that's how I roll.
That's why we get along, I think,
Yeah,
in a large part.
yeah. Don't ask me a question if you don't want the
Right?
honest answer. Yeah,
Yep, right there with you.
yeah,
And that has caused some problems.
yeah,
But mostly it's good, I think, at finding the right people to hang out.
yeah, if they understand how you think. I say it just frankly. I just will say whatever. And if I'm not saying it with any, like, any something with hatred or anything, if somebody asks me something, I'm just like, "This is what it is." I'm
Right.
not putting any, like, hatred towards it, and then people will get offended by it, and I'm like, "Don't ask. If you wanted me to lie to you, don't ask," you know? Like,
Yep.
I'm not gonna sugarcoat.
Agreed. It's just a waste of energy.
Yeah. It gets me in
Not
trouble.
good for anyone to just try
Yeah.
to avoid the truth like that.
Yeah. I don't wanna be lied to.
Just a waste. I figured that would be the answer, but
Yeah.
why not? Let's see. Oh, what's the last thing you do at night before you go to sleep? Speaking of sleep.
Mm. You want the Kellen answer or my answer?
Listen, don't break kayfabe. What are you
Uh,
talking about, Kellen?
I don't know. Put Oscar to bed? I
I guess I should say the last thing you do before sleeping that you're willing to admit on a live broadcast.
I,
Just
uh,
the usual caveat that I
I
give.
say goodnight to BJ if I actually fall asleep right away. I don't know. I've been watching Frasier before I go to bed, so that's the last thing I'm doing. I'm watching Frasier, and that's
Classic.
my real answer. So it's been keeping me up at night because I will fall asleep with the TV on. Like, I'm the kind of person that I like having the TV on when I go to bed. I like the
Right.
noise; it kind of drowns out my own mind.
Mm.
If the TV's off, then I start thinking, and then I'm never going to bed.
Ah.
So I need to focus on something so I can shut my brain up.
I usually end up listening to podcasts or an audiobook or something
Yeah,
until I
that's good.
pass out.
I should try that sometime. Listen to something instead of watching something.
It's handy.
Yeah,
Of course, I fall asleep, and then if I actually am interested in listening to it, I have to like
you have to
rewind it and try
figure
to
out where you
figure out
were.
the last part that I remember,
Yeah, that's
which can be
true.
kind of annoying. But usually I manage to turn it off before I actually fall asleep. But
That's good. Yeah, I didn't think about that. That would be annoying. Like, where the hell? Does it continuously play and then you're like,
you can set it to like only play for like half hour, an hour, or whatever, like different
shuts
time
off?
frames, and then it'll shut off. So like it doesn't necessarily go like for 8 hours or
Yeah,
whatever past.
that's the worst when you wake up, you've been watching something on Netflix. And now you're like, you fell asleep and it's like 5
It's
episodes
on
and
the
you're
like,
like,
are you still
"Damn."
watching things? Like,
Yeah,
how many episodes went by
I
before
know. And
this
then I'll
show?
click, yes, I am, even though I slept through 3 of them.
Like, of course I'm here. What are you talking about? The fourth wall is getting real wiggly.
Yep.
Oh, Kellen, let's see. What else do we have to talk about with you?
Hmm. I'm I think I've had a lot of drink.
You're not allowed to drink. Well, we can't.
That's why that fourth
I
wall is
told you. I know
revealing.
you're supposed to be on vacation, so
Ugh,
I did tell you we
yeah.
could cut this a little short. So we could just call it a night and let you get back to your vacation.
Oh, you're like you're too drunk. Go.
I mean, we could start talking about some real philosophical things.
Oh
Like,
well,
is it always
go
good to
for
have
it.
choices?
Hmm.
I know, Kellen, you're big into philosophy. I mean, that is what you part of what you study.
Majored in, right? Yeah.
Yeah,
Let's see. Is it always good to have choices? I think too many choices is bad. It's good to
sure.
have maybe 2 choices, and this kind of thing you do with young children. You want them to present choices to them, but don't give them too many choices, and adults are the same way. If they have too many choices, like candidates for whatever political office, it's difficult when you enter in that 3rd one, nobody knows, what to do, but I think, like with kids, you always give them choice A or B so they can feel like they have some kind of freedom to
Sure.
choose something, but if you give them more choices than that, they can't make up their mind.
Yeah, starts getting
So
into choice paralysis. Where you just
yeah.
can't choose.
So freedom of choice, I don't know, it's good. Honestly, I personally for myself, I think it'd be nice if somebody be like, "You either need to do this or this," instead of being too free. Like when you're
Right.
going to college, what are you gonna study? I don't what the hell? I don't know what, it's too many choices. Somebody said you're either doing this or this, I would be like, "Okay, fine, this is my life. I'm gonna do this."
Right.
It would be a easier and simpler, way of living.
It would be.
Too many decisions make it, like you said, paralyzes you.
I have that with food sometimes, which is why I have a lot of Soylent around for when I just can't
Mm,
decide on what I want to do. So I don't
yeah,
starve.
that is true. That is true with food, especially with food nowadays where everything is so convenient all the time. Every food you could want.
Yep.
It's like, what do I want today? It's too many choices. Yep. Totally agree. We should
All
be
right,
in a
Kellen.
dictatorship.
Great.
I'm just
Perfect.
gonna
We
jump to
solved
that.
it. Just go, just be in a dictatorship. Have someone control all of your decision making, just giving you just
I think
minor
they're happier in
choices.
North Korea. We just don't know it.
I mean, you never know, I guess.
They don't know what's going on out there. What they don't know doesn't affect them.
It's true.
They don't know they don't have it that good. They think that's their life. I don't know.
All right. Speaking, since we're talking about decisions, might as well. What's the best career decision that you ever made, Kellen?
Oh, man. I Okay, that one's gonna be hard because I don't even I'm gonna, like, totally break character. I mean, I know he does he has a job.
The fourth wall's getting wiggly again.
Oh god. Yeah, I don't know. Jeez, don't ask me that question.
Fine. You don't have to answer it.
Well, what is yours?
Mine is probably consistently going out to drink with people that worked at Shopify before I had a job there
I
so that
love
I could become friends with a bunch of them so I could get interviews and stuff.
Yeah. It's always about who you
Pu-
know.
Pushing myself to be social so that I could get into that social circle, even though it drove me insane.
So was that
But it
your
was worth it.
goal? You wanted a job there, so you hung out
Yep.
with them? Oh,
Yep.
so they were your target. You were
Yes.
working them.
Yes.
Are
I
they
mean, they
still
were
your
like
friends?
the ones that I enjoyed hanging out with, at least.
Are they
I
still
did
your
actually, a couple of them are, yeah.
friends? Do they know they were targets?
Oh, yeah. Oh,
Do
yeah.
they know now?
It wasn't a surprise back then either.
Okay. Oh, okay.
But it was hard for me as an extremely non-social person to
Well, you
do
made it
that
work.
consistently until I could get interviews and stuff and have people that worked there already for a while vouch for me and stuff.
Yeah.
Definitely helped the process.
And why did you want that job in particular?
Just it was an interesting sounding tech company that was pretty small at the time. They had less than 100 employees. Now I think they're at like 4 or 5,000 or something crazy.
Yeah, that is crazy. How long ago was that?
See, I left a little more than 5 years, so 10 years ago.
Wow, that's pretty cool.
It was the best choice that I could have made for
And is
myself with my time,
Shopify
but that would
based
suck.
in Canada?
Yeah.
It is? I didn't
Yeah,
know.
their head office is in Ottawa.
Oh,
They've got a few more now, but they only had the one when I started.
yeah. That's cool. Yeah.
Yeah, they're like Canada's most successful tech company, I think, or they were. I don't know if they still are. But
That's cool. I didn't know it
wouldn't
was
surprise me since they've been growing pretty fast.
in rum. Not a fan.
Then why do you keep drinking it?
Because
Don't
it's
be so
40%
self-destructive, Kellen.
alcohol. I just need a high alcohol
That's
thing.
not high. I have
That's the
whiskeys
highest
that
one
are
I
like
have.
64% alcohol.
It's the highest one I have in my house. So it was either this or the spiced rum. I'm like not doing that anymore. So this is how I
I
roll.
don't believe that. We'll get you back into that spiced rum.
Yeah, I'm sure I will. And then I'll wake up the next morning going, "Why, Kraken?" Yeah.
I mean, that's
But
what
it
it
is
does.
good with Dr. Pepper.
It
People should
is.
know. It is really good.
Many alcohols are good with Dr. Pepper. I don't know why, what it is, but
It's
it's
Dr.
good
Pepper's
stuff.
a little spicy itself.
Yeah.
It's got a little spice. Yeah. It's good times. Prune juice. That's the secret ingredient is like prune juice.
Wouldn't surprise me.
I don't know if that's true.
I have no idea. All right. What's something about yourself you could totally brag about, but usually don't?
Oh, well, I mean, look at this. I
Sure.
mean, my name's Kellen. I call myself Doctor. What do you think? Doctor
Sure.
of Love. Look at this.
Making money on that OnlyFans account lately. You've
Yeah,
been really
I'm
selling the
working it.
sexiness.
I'm a silver fox.
It's true.
Everyone's got to know.
It's fair.
It's all coming together. My world domination because of
Fair
this hair.
enough. When you dominate the world, is there like a spot where I could go to not like be subjected to the horrors of
You're gonna be
your
at my side on
tyrant
all fours
leadership?
on a leash.
Okay, well, whatever, that's fine.
Oh, you're my
I've
therapist.
done stranger things. It's
Oh, actually, I did have one question for you.
fine. And we've got to go. Oh, we're out of time. No, no. Okay,
It's about you being a nudist.
okay, sure, yeah.
Um, I guess it's a series of several questions about nudists. When did you become a nudist?
Years and years and years ago, when I was a teenager, basically.
Now, were you a nudist just in your own home, like you would just be nude, or
Yeah,
did you like were you at
pretty
a
much a
convenience?
nudist of convenience.
Okay, so you weren't like in a
When I
convenience
was at home,
other
and
and
I went to a couple of nude beaches, but like the beach is not my thing to start with, so it was just not a good scene for me. But
now, was your family living like, was this the family home that you're just like buck naked walking around?
thankfully, no.
Okay. Now, did you stop being a nudist for a reason? Or are
Yeah.
you just putting clothes on now for our sake?
But basically, once I started living with someone else,
Oh,
and it just was not as convenient to be naked all the time,
okay.
eventually, especially once the kid turned up.
That's what I was gonna
Even the
ask.
first few
Once
years
you have
of
kids,
living with my wife, I was pretty much naked most of the time.
really?
But
How did y'all meet? Was she a nudist too?
no,
Like,
we met on the internet through a mutual friend.
oh, cool.
And we sort of did a long distance thing for a while because she was
And
living in
she's
the States.
from Texas, right?
What's that?
She's from Texas?
Was born in Texas, but she
Okay.
was living in New Jersey when
Okay,
we
so not
met.
too far from you.
About 7 hour drive ish, give or take, a little more.
Yeah. How long ago did y'all meet? How long ago was that?
Well, we've been married for 12 years. So 14 years ish.
Hey, yeah. That's a pretty good amount of time.
Yeah,
How
14
old
years
were you when you got married?
and
How old were
change.
you? You were young.
Well, let's see. It was 12 years ago, so I was about
You're
26.
38 right now? Yeah, it
Yeah.
was pretty young. Yeah. 26 is pretty young.
Yep. It's worked out so far.
Is she the same age as you, or is she younger or older?
She is just a couple of months younger than me. We're actually both born on the 26th of the month. We're
cool.
just 4 months apart. And our son was born on the 25th.
Oh man, she should have held him in one more day.
Right?
God, just cross your legs, lady.
Apparently, that's not how it works. I don't know. Whatever medical nonsense.
I don't know how vaginas work. What am I talking about?
No. I mean, you do have 2 children, Kellen, so you should know at least something about how that works.
I think I was conscious when those things happened. I'm not sure. I don't really remember.
Sure. Fair.
I'm just a man. I know nothing.
Well, Kellen, I know we've been going about an hour. I don't want to cut too much into your vacation time.
Well, thank you, Brad.
But this was a lot of fun. I'm glad that you took time out of your vacation to be dedicated to this stream that we've been doing with each other for like 3 months now.
I'm always here for you, Brad. I'm always dedicated to this and you.
Thank
and rum.
Sure. Rum is always good.
Warren Elizabeth, yeah. Coconut rum is actually like my favorite. But it's lower alcohol content, so can't drink it. Gotta be 40%.
All right. Well, this was a lot of fun, and see you next week, everyone. I know it's a little bit shorter than usual, but Kellen's got to get back to the vacation.
Yeah,
we can't keep him. Yeah.
Gotta go snuggle that baby.
Exactly. So this was great. See everybody next week.
Bye.
Bye. Hope you enjoyed this perfectly normal stream.